As the leader of a growing business, one of the key questions you should be asking continually of your financial team is whether you've got strong enough foundations. Because one of the key things as you move forward is having the confidence in the financial resilience across the company. So have you got deep enough financial foundations in place for the next quarter, for the next 12 months, for the next 2 years? It's about confidence, and it's really important that you as the CEO, MD, have the confidence that you can build on the foundations you have in place. Without that confidence, it makes it very hard to make decisions on strategy, on hiring, and developing the business if you're not confident about the financials. So right now, do you think you've got enough permanence to your financial model? Or is it very temporary? Are you still over-reliant on this month's sales? And that's the first symptom that you maybe haven't got the level of financial resilience in play that you need. If you're needing sales each month rather than wanting sales, it's a slight difference, but it's a massive difference in terms of the way the business operates and the way you approach the business. Now, the early sign that you might not have enough financial resilience is the level of cash reserves and whether the cash reserves are growing in alignment with the sales. If you're hitting more sales but you still haven't got more cash in the bank, then you're not building financial resilience because you're burning most of the money that you're generating and it's not adding to the foundations. It sounds simple, but it's amazing how many businesses don't track it. And the blind spot here is that you haven't got enough recurring revenue streams. You're too dependent on transactional sales, transactional relationships, which makes it a very hard business to run. The businesses that have got monthly recurring revenues, high retention rates, have financial resilience built into them. It's unlikely that all of their recurring customers are suddenly going to disappear. So they've got a high degree of financial resilience. If you're very dependent on sales each week, each month, and very dependent on transactions, then there's low level of financial resilience normally across the business. So if this is something that's concerning you, there's 3 steps I encourage you to take to improve the situation. The first is regularly talk about what if scenarios with your financial team and make sure you've got plans in play if sales do take a dip. What are you going to do? If you need to use some of the cash reserves, is that okay? So just working through these scenarios on a regular basis will give you confidence that if you do get to a sticky period, you've already thought about the plan you're going to put in play to cope with that. The second is balancing the focus on lead and lag metrics. Now, lead metrics are the ones I'm encouraging you to focus on because they're the early warning system. They're the ones telling you might have a problem in the future financially. So a lot of the time, things like website visits. If the website visits are starting to reduce, the chances are down the line, you might have lower inquiry levels, which means down the line from that, you might have lower sales, which means down the line from that, you're going to have lower cash. So it's really important that you get clear on the lead metrics that align with the financial resilience and that you focus on improving those metrics. And the final element I'm encouraging you to look at is multiple perspectives. So rather than just looking at financial resilience from a finance point of view, look at it through different lenses. Look at it from an operational point of view. How much cash do you need to operate the business every quarter? Most businesses are looking at 3 to 6 months of operating costs being their financial buffer. And it's really important that you understand what that number needs to be. What do you need from a marketing point of view to run the campaigns that you want to run? So the financial resilience needs to be looked at from multiple perspectives if you as the leader are really going to understand what the business needs to get through the next period. And then once you have that, you can start improving it. And once you've improved it, it means you can sleep at night. because you've got a financially resilient business which can generate you consistent profit. So in the next series of videos, we're going to look at the fifth core component to building a better business, and that's focusing on reputational maximization.